What's up guys, this is Optimus Prime 809. Welcome to my channel. Just wanted to do a quick review on the Rise of the Beasts mainline deluxe class Bumblebee figure, as this is released fairly recently. In the UK actually released today as the embargo was lifted, and it doesn't seem like anyone's done a review on it, so I wanted to do one for you guys so that you've got a bit of information and you can perhaps make a decision on whether you want to get this one or the Studio Series version. Let me just preface this by saying I'm not a reviewer and I don't have a script. We're just sort of winging it. If it's cringe, it's cringe. But I just wanted to help you guys out, so let's do this. So, starting things off, I'm going to push him aside, and here's a quick look at the packaging. Very nice, very nice. That's not why you're here, but kind of obligatory to show this off at this point. And I'm going to do an M-go, and there we go. And here's the instructions. I don't really use instructions anymore, as I like to just sort of figure it out for myself. But yeah, these do seem pretty helpful, and they do look nice. Not like the Age of Extinction instructions that were just very plain. These actually have some nice colours to them. Here we go, here's the figure. So you will notice that he is not that painted, but I suppose he shares that with his Studio Series counterpart. I'm planning on customising it anyway, so it's not that much of an issue. If I just show you his little swords, these are rather cool. I will get into why later. They do integrate into the vehicle mode, just like, well, I suppose the Deluxe Nightbird has the blades that turn into her spoiler. This is akin to that. These basically turn into his bumper. Just take them out. They are rather a tight fit, so do be careful when plugging those in. So you'll notice that his forearms are two different colours. He does have a little mushroom peg here. If you have the Age of Extinction 2014 Camaro Deluxe Class Bumblebee, this will seem familiar to you. What you want to do is just take this and sort of wiggle it out. You can just flip it around, push that back in, and there you go. He has a flip out hand cannon, and this is actually blast effect compatible. I don't have any with me, but whichever ones you have lying around, you can put them in. So that's that. I'll just put that back to the way that it was. Let's give you a quick look around the figure. So there's his face. It's a little unpainted, but it does have some nice sculpting, and if you are a customizer, then I'm sure you can make that look rather nice. It doesn't have all of that ugly leg kibble that the Studio Series version has, so I do have to give this one credit for that. And the wheels end up behind his shoulders. I think that's such a cool little trick that even the Studio Series version couldn't pull off. This is all clear plastic, as you can see. It does feel rather thick though, so I'm not really worried about it breaking. And there we go. That's the robot mode. Oh, something else. He has this piece here for his vehicle mode. This can actually plug in right over here. Just, I mean, it's a bit weird, but it's nice that they at least have that. I believe the Studio Series version didn't really do anything with it. It's just sort of folds away and is a bit useless. So it's nice that this at least tried to do something with it. There we go. What I can do is a few comparisons. So give me one sec. So here we have him compared with the Studio Series Rebecca's Garage Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie. Is that 2-pack that came with Charlie and all those extra car parts. Just fix his abdomen there. His chest rather. There we go. So there's a bit of a size difference between the two, and obviously a bit of an aesthetic difference. Look at those head sculpts. Even in size, I mean, this one is much larger. So that's how they look together. This one definitely did the backpack a lot better than this one. Also feels a lot more sturdy, I will talk about that a little bit more in the articulation segment. And he's about to fall, so we'll let him do that. Bye bye. And just another figure for comparison. Here is one of my personal favourites. It is the off-road Bumblebee from the Studio Series. This is the Jeep Bumblebee. That's how they compare. There's actually quite the size difference between them. This is just the first time I've looked at them together, so we're learning together, me and you. I think I do prefer the yellow on this figure. It's slightly more orange, whereas this one on the right, well, I'm sure you've seen it before on many other Bumblebees, like the Dark of the Moon Studio Series Bumblebee, and I guess also the Studio Series Rise of the Beast Bumblebee. I don't have that version, but I think the yellow is kind of similar on the two. So yes, this one does have the nicer, slightly warmer yellow. And it would have been nice if it was on here, but no big deal. It does still look very nice. So yeah, that's how they look together. So I will just talk about the articulation. So the head is just on a swivel here, by the looks of it. I think it might as well be. I mean, you can't really get any up or down. But rather strangely, as this part doesn't plug in, you can sort of use that for articulation. It's not pretty, but I'm sure you can make it work. You clever toy photographers could probably make it work. He has ball joints at the shoulders, very nice and tight. And same on this side. There's a joint here for transformation that well, it means you could do something like that if you need him to. He has a single joint on the elbow and a swivel there. And he does have some waist swivel. It's a little bit hindered by the backpack, you see, but you can make it work. And he has, let me just plug that back in real quick. Ball joints at the hips, give you a very nice range of movement there. And his knees are very cool. I don't think I've ever seen these sorts of knees on any Transformer before, but he has, well, dedented knees. If I just focus on them, check this out. Did you hear that? Very nice, very satisfying. You can see this sort of ridged pattern here, and those act as detents. So no need to worry about loose knees over time. Those are going to stay nice and sturdy. And then for the feet, he has, well, for transformation, he has this. Goes all the way in. And he does, well, he can do that as well. And you can probably see the nice joint here, which means that he does get some nice ankle pivot. Very nice, look at that. Wow. Unnatural, but useful. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the articulation segment. Like I said, incredibly sturdy. I do feel like Hasbro is learning. We've been quite vocal about how loose the figures have been. We've come from this guy, and you can see that. Look at this. We've gone from that to to what we have here. So yes, I will just get on to transformation. Bear in mind, I didn't use the instructions, I just sort of figured it out. So this may not be the order of things according to the manual. So what I did to start off with is just put the feet in. And then I went ahead and unplugged the chest. Move that up. And then we have this section right here. You can just simply, well, the wheels are on a sort of hinge system, so you can just move them out and bring the arms in. And this is similar to a lot of Bumblebee figures. I'm sure you've seen that before. It looks like that now. And then you can go ahead and rotate the waist. Just give yourself a bit of clearance first, and you can do that. And then this whole section is on like an accordion, so what you can do then is just unfold all of that. Very nice. And there's a little hinge up in here, so just make that nice and flush. Okay, and then, well, actually I think it might be better to do this. There you go. Yeah, sorry, my mistake. There you go. You want to do the opposite and just actually fold it up so that it looks like that. And just make sure that's nice and tight. And then we will now, I think, work on the wheels here. So yes, just want to, it's on like a kind of a hinge. So what you want to do first is just move the doors back so that they won't get in the way, and just bring that down, and that will sort of click in. Then you can bring the wheels down. If I just focus, there's a little tiny peg up in here, and well, there's a little, oh, there's a peg there, and there's a hole there. Sorry, there's a lot of pegs all over the place for different purposes. What you want to do here is just firstly, yes, it would probably help if I read the instructions first, but I don't work like that, okay? Okay, we got this, don't worry. So yeah, just plug that in first. Give me a sec. Let me just peg things in and get everything nice and sturdy, and then we'll continue. There we go. So what I did was just made sure that these were plugged in to the roof of the car. There were actually some little pegs in there that I didn't notice before. And what I did here was I just pegged the arms into there. Let's do that again for you. Then you can just go ahead and close up the doors if you wanted. You'll see a clear peg here in the door. There's a corresponding hole on the leg, so what you want to do is just match them up. Same thing on the other side. There we go. So that's now nice and flush. And just pick the arms back in case they came undone. And now you can just go ahead. So he's looking like that now, right? You can just go ahead and plug the wheels into the arms. There you go. And that's pretty much it. So you'll immediately notice that he has a lot of undercarriage compared to the Studio Series version. It's pretty unsightly, I will admit. but I do think it, you know, I mean, it's a sacrifice. You get a much nicer looking robot mode and a pretty cool looking vehicle mode still. Certainly a lot of fun. Does look like a toy, but I dig it. Here's the painted tail lights and a nice painted area where the license plate should be. The rear grille, window grille, I don't know what you'd even call that, armour, that's all nice and painted. And he has the lovely pinned wheels, of course. I think this really helps set it apart from the Studio Series version in vehicle mode. The colour matching is pretty good, I would say. This is plastic, and this here is that's clear plastic painted yellow, and yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Could certainly be a lot more obvious. He has this really cool detail up here, right there, the Z28. I think that's really cool because most of the time this is going to get covered by the bumper, so it's nice that they've included that. And these arms are actually on ball joints, so if you wanted to, you could probably unpeg them, and that would result in less undercarriage for the vehicle mode, and would probably look a bit better. These wheels also do unplug, as I said, and you could probably, if you were to unplug the arms, you could get him looking like that, you know what I mean? Like one of those funny cars, the drag cars. But yeah, very nice. I do like options. Options are good. Just plug them back in. There we go. And so now I will just take the armor parts. We have this here. Now there's a peg here. Can you see that? There we go. Peg here. Another one here. Ooh, come on, focus please. There we go. And these are just going to go here, here, and here. They don't fit too well, but it does sit there. So if I just yeah, it doesn't fit too well. If you were to apply a bit more force, it could fit nicely, but I don't really want to force the clear plastic. So there you go, it does sit nicely. And we also have the two parts of his sai, dagger, whatever you want to call it. These do just sort of merge. Give it a bit of welly, a bit of force, and it will come together. So now if we just, there's two little holes here, as you can see, and the two little, okay, we'll just move you out of the way for now. The two pegs here on the figure. There we go, just sit there for me. And just sort of place this on top. And there we go, all done. So yeah, very nice looking vehicle mode overall. And yeah, he does remind me of that Rebecca's Garage Bumblebee, in that he does have some modularity. You can take these parts off if you'd like, or keep them on there. And yeah, it does look very nice. So sadly I don't have the Studio Series version to compare him with, but well, this bit here is a clear difference, I know. And yeah, otherwise it's pretty nice. It does roll. You do have to kind of make sure everything is properly lined up, but because of those pinned wheels, it does roll rather nicely once you do have things lined up. And so yeah, that's my review. It's gone on for quite a while, but I just did want to put this out for you, so you've got a bit of information and you can make an informed decision on whether you want to invest on this or the Studio Series version. This was £25 here in the UK, whereas the Studio Series version is 27 or so. So yeah, it's a pound or two saving. So yeah, thank you for checking out my review. Hope this helped you. Sorry for the rambling. Like I said, this is my, one of my first reviews. I don't really do reviews. You can probably tell why. We leave that to people like Prime vs. Prime and MGO. So yeah, Optimus Prime 809, signing off. Thanks for watching.